Quant network is mapping the new financial system. Although it is being disregarded at the moment, people are pessimistic, investors are frustrated, they are embarrassed of the project and the price action. But it happens to the best of them, folks. Quant network went through a really good bull market back in the day, and it is all going through a long accumulation phase, but the fundamentals remain the same. It is still mapping the new financial system. People are underestimating it, in my opinion at least, because these are the frustrating times. People oftentimes make fun of these times, but I think that it will do good for itself only if the team provides us good use cases in the future, folks. That is obviously the criteria, in my opinion. And I think that the team will deliver eventually, even through these small jumps. Sebastian says that QNT prediction, will Quant Network be in the mix for Project Danu by BIS.org? They certainly have the capacity to do it. This is what I always say. They have the capacity to do it. Will they achieve what they aim to achieve? That is an entirely different thing, but the team is serious. Quant Network is legit and it has the potential and capacity to do wonders. Overledger ensures that no matter how complex the digital twin instance or aggregate may be, the underlying infrastructure can be readily used, allowing organizations to scale up their digital twin projects over time. This is made even easier by the fact that we are able to create APIs that allow the whole system to be easily updated. Folks, now this is where the beauty of Overledger comes. Overledger provides solutions where other projects are not able to do so. It is a pro platform that comes up with solution interoperability issues, digital twins. If you call any other enterprise problems, challenges, Quant Network and Overledger are there to solve it. Check this out. Challenges with emerging risks are data availability is limited knowledge or access to resources to develop methodologies, lack of interactive analysis, real-time insights, and predictive capabilities. Overledger has the potential to provide these solutions. Developing a digital twin framework, real-time monitoring and scenario, combining various data sources in one framework, continuous data ingestion and impact calculation, modular framework that is adaptable to different use cases and needs, and which is dynamic and friendly. Folks, Tokenizer over here made a really interesting cheat sheet for QNT for those that want to understand what Quant is all about, some fundamentals, utility, connections, partners. You can check it out. I showed this in another video as well, and those that haven't seen this have to go and watch this, because this is really required in these times, these negative times, these uncertain times, these volatile times in the market, because this is what makes us understand what Quant is all about, what the partnerships, connections are all about. Check this out. Institutional backing, ISO standard, as you all know that it is ISO 20022 compliant, the largest standard body on earth. IETF, Internet Standards for Responsible for TCP IP, Bank for International Settlements, Central Hub for 63 central banks worldwide, folks. Now, this is what the levels, these are the levels which Quant is basically maneuvering in. Despite the choppy price action, despite everything, these are the fundamentals. Partners and connections: Oracle, number 3 software vendor, number 5 cloud provider; Nexi, 70% of Italy payments, top 5 across EU; group of 27 EU central banks, folks, European Central Bank. This is what we're talking about. Awesome. Why is it needed? The missing piece to enterprises adopting blockchain at scale is the lack of a method to bridge their existing technologies to blockchain. This is what Overledger is, this is what Quant Network is, and what it wants to achieve. As a white label service, they enable other firms to license Overledger and brand it as their own. This is seen in Oracle's blockchain platform, which is built entirely using Overledger, folks. Now, this is what we're talking about. And not only this, people oftentimes say that these utility projects, they are just merely talking about solutions. They are not providing solutions in real time, in real environments. But look at this. Overledger has seen successful pilot testing with Visa, MasterCard, EY, and UK's top 8 commercial banks. Folks, if Quant Network or Overledger didn't have the capabilities, I do not think that Bank of England, Project Rosalind, and all of these other institutions, they would have been interested in it. So I think that they are doing really good. Everyone is mapping the new financial system, but in my opinion, folks, QNT is one of the pioneers when it comes to interoperability, one of the first movers of interoperability, and it seems to be the missing piece, folks, of this new financial standard. Quant equals the network of networks linking XRP, XLM, XDC, hbar, FLR, Flare, and beyond into one programmable, compliant system. This is what QNT is, folks. The rails of the future equals QNT. The new financial system, XRP, XLM, XDC, and QNT, which is oftentimes disregarded, which is oftentimes neglected, it remains to be a key piece of this new infrastructure. Everyone is staring at the big names, but QNT is quietly dancing on the edge of a move. Support $90 to $93, the line it must defend. Resistance $100 to $105, the gate to $110. Daily trend is weak, but momentum is coiling, folks. This is what we're talking about. Sharp breakdown, clear levels, QNT looks ready to steal the spotlight once momentum snaps. I agree that at this moment people are pessimistic, people are eager for it to do something, they are getting frustrated. Juanjorl, interesting name. It is not about the sloppy, cheap integration. It is about being future-proof and truly ledger agnostic, plugging into more public layer ones, enterprise DLTs, and regulated private networks over time. And this is what Quant is doing, this is what Fusion is, and this is how interoperability looks like. Check this out. The rollup is ledger agnostic, allowing additional networks to be connected over time. Other public layer 1 blockchains, permissioned enterprise DLTs, regulated private networks requiring compliance-grade interoperability. Folks, this is a really interesting video over here from King Solomon. You have to check this out. This is 15 minutes long, but I'll play a piece of this for you guys from 5 minutes onwards to 11 minutes, which talks about some interesting stuff. HSBC, Barclays, Lloyds, NatWest, Santander, and Nationwide just launched tokenized sterling deposits under the Bank of England. And the technology powering it all, Quant. The future of UK money runs on Quant, according to this. Let's check this out.
Put over right now. If tokenization captures even a fraction of that, it's going to dwarf the entire DeFi market as we know it. Now, the history. This is how we got here. Today's tokenized sterling deposit announcement is not random at all. In 2015, and this is 2024, obviously, with the UK Regulated Liability Network, but I'm going to give you guys some background here. In 2015, Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian founded ISO TC 307. ISO TC 307 is the global blockchain interoperability standards body, which is now adopted by 70 plus entire countries. In 2022, the Regulated Liability Network white paper proposed a shared ledger for all regulated money, central bank liabilities, commercial bank deposits, e-money, and regulated stablecoins. This Quant is at the core of the regulated liability network. I'm going to repeat that again. In 2022, the regulated liability network white paper proposed a shared ledger for all regulated money, central bank liabilities, commercial deposits, e-money, and regulated stablecoins. In 2023 and 2024, the UK regulated liability network experimentation phase launched with Barclays, Citi, HSBC, Lloyds, NatWest, Santander, MasterCard, Visa, Standard Chartered, and Nationwide. A lot of those names might ring a bell to you because those are the same names that were involved in today's trial that just got announced. R3 Quarter provided the shared ledger for tokenization, and Quant Overledger delivered programmability plus interoperability. These are tested use cases within the regulated liability network that lead us into a use case like tokenized sterling deposits that we saw today. Delivery versus payment, mortgages, e-commerce, bond issuance, card settlement. Now in 2025 and 2026, we see Quant's new technology is powering programmable money across the UK's biggest banks with today's announcement of tokenized sterling deposits alongside some of the biggest banking entities in the world: Barclays, HSBC, Lloyds, NatWest, Nationwide, Santander. Now, regulated liability network context. Again, I'm going to repeat this because I think it is worth repeating. The regulated liability network, these trials that happened last year that we've seen that now tokenized sterling deposits are kind of the next iteration, the next phase of those trials, or I should say the next operational phase of, maybe turning some of this stuff on. It's not about replacing central banks. It's not about tearing down the system. Anybody that's telling you that crypto distributed ledger is going to rip away the old system they're not correct. It's about running parallel rails alongside the existing central banking system, figuring out where there's crossover to streamline processes or solve pain points, and then start injecting in those more efficient processes that run on blockchain or distributed ledger. But the old guard isn't going anywhere. They're just upgrading. Think of this as a new financial market infrastructure, a shared ledger for all regulated money. Central bank money, commercial bank deposits, e-money, even regulated stablecoins in the future. All interoperable, always on, 24/7, and programmable. It preserves the two-tier banking system while upgrading it with a 24/7 settlement, cross-asset programmability, and fraud reduction. Multiple blockchain and crypto network Fusion, which is the world's first layer 2.5. Fusion bridges private banking systems with public blockchains, solving the compliance, privacy, and interoperability issues that keep institutions away from DeFi today and all the crypto stuff. Key features: multi-chain rollups across multiple blockchain and crypto networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, and beyond. One of the biggest pain points here it solves, which is jurisdictional compliance, because every nation, every jurisdiction on the entire planet pretty much has separate rules for how they're dealing with crypto, how they deal with payments, how they deal with KYC, know your customer, KYB, know your business. I mean, take a number. Jurisdictions have different rules. But jurisdictional compliance and privacy controls. Interoperability, no fragile bridges. So true any-to-any interoperability is the way that they're phrasing it. Institutional grade scalability. This is all over Ledger Fusion. And here's the kicker, which is one of the biggest kind of things that people used to say about Quant Network, that it doesn't need the Quant token, but over Ledger Fusion coins. What do you guys think about the Quant announcements? I think Quant is definitely under the radar compared to a lot of other ecosystems and have kind of quietly, we know Quant even left Twitter and X for a little while here. But I'm going to share some of these links with you guys. If you guys want to do your own due diligence, this is not sponsored in any way or paid for in any way by Quant. Have been covering Quant for years on this channel. But you can go to Quant's site and check out delivering infrastructure for UK's tokenized sterling deposits and this kind of trio of releases. You can look at Quant and R3 as providers for UK regulated liability network, and you can look at regulated liability network as these kind of parallel rails to the central banking system, faster payments platform, interoperability, all this stuff. You can look at Quant selected as a partner for European, and we didn't even talk.
Folks, Quant Network and UK are having so many connections for us to ignore. We can see that Quant Network is creating this huge network, this infrastructure in UK, which expands to to the digital euro and the European Union as well. From Europe, we are then seeing it expand throughout the globe. So the hub being Europe, UK, and then Europe, and from there on forward, we can see Quant network expanding and growing as a financial powerhouse. So I really think that even though we can see that the crowd sentiment is bearish, MP equals bearish, but overall, I think the fundamentals of Quant Network are as strong as ever. And somewhere down the line, Quant Network's time will come, be it this year, next year, or even after that. If they continue on to expand, they continue on to develop, the team becomes more serious than it already is. It has a sure shot to succeed. Look at this. Miles Braun says that 2026 will be Quant's year, and it won't care about the rest of the market, as the rest of the market is not caring about it at this time, at this point of time. But in the future, Quant Network might not care about the rest of the market like the good old days, and it has the potential to do really well for itself. Telling you this now, the network of networks will be live. So this is what we're talking about, because a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. The first glimpses of Fusion multi-ledger rollup is around the corner. The testnet will be launching in a week or two. uh, Now the question is, who will be the trusted node providers? The banks or some other financial institutions? Look at this. The mainnet and mainnet plus will be coming in the next few months at the same time of the network of networks, alongside the bring your own node and bring your own network feature release. So this is what we're talking about. So folks, what do you guys think about Quant Network? Do you think that it indeed is mapping the new financial system? What do you guys think? I would really like your opinions. Do let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.